Happy Faith-Filled Friday, everyone. Starting off this new year, we've dove into the book of Romans, and I'm wanting to share just different things from the book of Romans that will help lift us up and help keep us grounded and focused on God's Word and His promises throughout the Bible. Today, we're looking at Romans 4, where it talks about Abraham and his being justified by his faith, not by anything else. I want to look at Romans 4:13. Really, if we dive into all of Romans 4, I would recommend reading all of that, but I'm just going to dive into this one little passage so you have something to think about for the day. Romans 4:13 says, "For the promise that he would be the heir of the world was not to Abraham or to his seed through the law, but through the righteousness of faith." If we look at that, we know it was Abraham's faith that God would do what he said he would do, not the law, because the law didn't come until much later. So nobody really knew about the Ten Commandments or anything that they were supposed to do according to God's laws when Abraham was told that he would be the father of many nations and that his descendants would be as many as the sand of the sea or the stars in the sky. But through Abraham's faith, he believed God's promise and stood on that promise. And thankfully for all of us, he did, because we actually have seen that faith we've seen his faith come to fruition through the world. There's over 7 billion people on this planet now. That's getting close to more than the stars of the sky or more than the sands of the sea. God promised Abraham something before the law, and he stuck with his faith and followed God's plans because of God's promises. We need to do that today. We need to follow our faith in God, faith in the fact that he is who he says he is, he'll do what he says he'll do, and he loves us more than anything else. So as you go into the weekend, just think about Romans 4:13. But like I said, I would read all of Romans 4 and you really get the depth of it. But 4:13, where it talks about through his faith is how he was able to obtain everything that God promised him. Have a blessed weekend, everyone.